No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Today, we have a very special guest coming straight out of Stockton. MBNel is in the building. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Feel like it's been a long time coming, for sure.
Yeah?
I feel like it.
Do you think this is an important moment? You already been on DJ Vlad, so you already been initiated into these interview streets, right?
Yeah, but I always been just watching No Jumper, so
For real?
that was just something, yeah.
That's dope to hear. I hear that more and more from like younger people who I realize like, oh shit, this is some shit that they were fucking going through puberty watching.
Yeah, no, for sure. The whole internet way, it was for sure. That was the only interview I was really watching, that and Vlad, really.
Hell yeah, that's dope, man. Because honestly, like listening to your music and stuff, you're super talented. So I was definitely really impressed. I always known your name, and I remember listening to some songs like a couple years ago, but just to really tap in, getting ready for this was dope.
Yeah, hell yeah, for surely.
For sure. So, all right, I know you always get asked this, but tell them a little bit about Stockton.
Stockton is a small city, like, so everybody know each other. So like the gang shit and like so people will fall in that gang shit hella easily. So people will join, make cliques and whatever. And like I said, Stockton's so small where everybody know each other. High schools all close by, everybody know each other. So
Right.
people will get into it with motherfuckers they went to school with and shit.
But do you think there's anything in particular about it that has made a bunch of poppin' rappers come out of there in the last couple of years? Because it's like there's a lot of other random cities that don't have any fucking rappers coming out of it, and then for some reason Stockton feels like it's got some energy.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel like it really just did come out of nowhere for real. But all that, like I said, I feel like the politics and the gang shit kind of boosted it even more because it's like shit just going on.
Right.
Like, whether it be like the Bay and Sac and shit, it's all kind of intertwined, kind of.
Do you think Stockton's like influenced by the Bay and their whole culture?
It's
gotta have a trickle down effect, right?
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, Stockton really its own thing. To be 100, like I feel like, I mean, it does take a little bit of his Bay culture, but like all in all, really Stockton really is its own thing.
Right.
Like gangbanging, for example, it's not the same it is in like SF.
Right.
Like Bloods and Crips and stuff like that.
But that's one thing that I consider basically like the biggest difference between like Northern California and like LA area rap and shit is that up north, whether it's Sac or Stockton or the Bay or whatever, it's like everybody's really kind of dissing each other and making songs about each other and stuff. And then meanwhile, LA is the fucking home of gangbanging, but for the most part, you don't see that much of it. And I mean, it does happen for sure, but it's more like straight gang shit rather than like really like making a diss song about somebody, you know?
Yeah, name dropping and shit like that.
Right. But were you tapped into all that shit as a young kid? Like, were you paying attention to a lot of the stuff that was going on with dudes like Mozzie and everything?
Yeah, for sure. Before I even started rapping shit.
Right.
Even then, like Chicago shit. Like when I was in high school and shit, that was all I was listening to. So it was like Chicago shit.
Right.
I would listen to some LA shit. Like, but really before that, like, I felt like it wasn't really like that in NorCal, like dissing wise. I mean, it was, but not to how it is. I feel like now, with the name dropping and shit like that.
Right.
Like super detailed shit.
What kind of kid were you though? Like, and what was your upbringing like in general? How were your parents?
My parents they came from the Philippines.
Right.
Like, so I'm what's it called? First generation, whatever.
Okay.
In America, so they came to the Philippines when I was like. When my mom was pregnant with me, so, and then I grew up in the South Stockton area, and that was kind of like just the environment molded me to who I am today.
Right.
Because obviously my parents, that when you come from a foreign country, it's like they don't come here obviously they come here for a better life. You know what I'm saying? It's like we just came from a country where it's hella poverty, and trying to escape to get a better life just for their son to get into some street shit or whatever it is.
But it's interesting because, like, all right, if you're some dude who, like, grows up in fucking O Block or some shit in Chicago, a lot of those dudes, or even guys from gangs in LA and stuff, when I see how they raise their kids, it's like they 100%, like, from day one, it's their mission to make sure their kid is not in the streets or whatever. But from your parents' perspective, they don't really necessarily understand the culture, right?
Yeah, they don't.
They don't get that that's something that you are probably going to fall into. And then also, Yeah, I mean that's the main factor is that they're just not aware that, and it might not even seem as bad in comparison to where you're coming from too, right?
It ain't. So like I said, they come from a super poverty stricken place. So like just coming to America in general, it didn't even matter what neighborhood it was. It's just like it's a better life regardless.
Right.
But obviously me, I grew up. This is what I grew up to. So it's different. You get what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
just straight survival for you. Like you felt like you had to click up, or
I mean, it was really like I said. You try to find yourself. So I just landed with certain people I hung with, and like the certain stuff that was around me, my environment and shit. Like everybody got, you feel me, their own choice to get involved. Like you got people that's in this, like, who grew up around shit. They go to college. You feel me? They do way better and shit. It's really a choice thing, like, or how you grew up on it, like.
right. But when you look back at it though, like, did you get into the streets because you were sort of looking for an identity? Were you like, so did you feel like you were kind of alone and that the streets were so dangerous that you had to sort of find your identity through a gang or whatever?
Yeah, I guess you could say it like that. Especially like I said, when you a kid and you see older people who's banging, or I got like some cousins who's banging, or like uncles or whatever.
Right.
And that's like, oh, that's the cool thing to do. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't see nothing else. It's like, that's what I wanted to be. You get what I'm saying? So you start taking on characteristics and shit. Like, shit just kind of just falls on you.
Was there any sign that you were talented musically early on, or is this something you just kind of figured out later on?
Just something I figured out later on.
Right.
Like, it was something I just started off on some just fun shit.
Just messing around? Like, you didn't even think you were going to put it out or anything?
Hell nah. Like, I used to always write raps and shit, like in high school, but I never had like no resource to record it. You get what I'm saying? So, I had this first little job or whatever, and just stacked up some money off that. And my first little check, and went straight to trying to get like equipment, computer. So I got a computer. Had like a little rock. I had like the little rock band, you know, the little game.
Yeah.
Rock band mic, and I just did that. Recorded something. And with my first little check, I cashed out for I think my first like real music video I paid for was like $600. Cause he had hella subscribers, and I was thinking, okay, I'll get 10,000 views, I'll be satisfied, whatever. First week, that shit did like 20,000, 30,000, or some shit like that.
Wow.
And this is like the first time I'm ever doing like a real video, so I'm like, oh shit.
So that just changed everything. All of a sudden, you like found this focus. Like, were you sure that you were gonna stick with the music thing, or did it become official once you saw that you were doing numbers?
See, this is a thing, cause it was like I'm really big on like law of attraction and manifesting and shit like that. So like when I was in the garage just making these songs and shit, I'd always like, as a kid, just sit in front of the mirror and shit, practice interviews. Like, oh, when I become a rapper, how to talk in the interview, or like, you feel me, shit like that.
That's
like,
dope though.
Yeah, like, I want this kind of car, or I want like these type of tattoos. Like, you feel me?
I mean, you grew up like without much, so you're basically like, do you feel like you had that extra desire that you wanted to get all the things that you didn't have when you were young?
Yeah, for sure.
Makes sense. When you start getting in trouble, was that always a factor, like in your childhood?
Like 14, 15, like middle school and freshman year, like shit like that.
And was this like real serious shit, or was it more just like little cases?
I mean, it'll start off as a little shit. Like, everything start off as a little shit,
Right.
And then that little shit becomes big shit because somebody fuck up some way, and it becomes serious. Like, you feel me?
Right. No, definitely. But you never did like any like significant amount of time, or did you do a little bit there?
Juvenile, and as an adult, nah. I got arrested a few times.
Right.
And then bailed out, ordered out, beat that. And that was really, I never really sat down as an adult other than the juvie shit.
For sure. But so by what age did you really consider yourself like a full-fledged rapper?
Probably like 19 or something.
So you kind of like
a little later.
Didn't have that much of a gap between like high school and starting to really have something going musically?
Yeah, like high school, I wasn't really doing shit with music in high school. Really, like, other than, like I said, writing. But once I was able to get the funds to invest in, you know, recording and the videos and stuff, that's when it started going up more.
Right.
Cause I ain't had no money to invest in myself on like a studio. I didn't even know no studios in high school. Like, you feel me?
Right. And did you start to feel like the high school fan base was actually fucking with you right away, or was it just people online watching your shit? Like, how long did it start before it felt real?
I think like the second video.
Really?
Yeah, because they hit 100K hella fast.
And all the kids in school know about what all this and stuff. They're not
Yeah,
ignorant to
because
it. They're paying attention.
I felt like at the time there weren't. At the time, I felt like there wasn't really no Stockton artists coming up like that.
Right.
Getting that amount of views like that fast. Like, who is he? Like, you feel me?
Right.
And I felt like a big thing that helped that. I'll be saying is because I'm Asian, so that kind of like what the fuck? Who is this kid?
Yeah, there's a natural fascination because I know you're cool, stupid young, and everything, and
Yeah.
he's somebody that I mean. There's a reason why when I went to his neighborhood and did that vlog with him back in the day, that it did like 12 million views or
Yeah, that shit
whatever.
went up. I seen
I
that
mean, realistically, that video is not really that different than any number of black gang members that I went and did videos with, hanging out in their neighborhood, except
Yeah.
for the fact
He's Asian.
that they're Asian and people at home are just kind of freaked out by
what
that.
The fuck? Never seen that before, especially people in other states.
Yeah, because a lot of places that's just totally out of the ordinary. All right, but
Yeah.
so did you start to feel like that was your fan base right away, where it was like primarily Asian people fucking with you, or you feel like you appeal to everybody equally?
I feel like I appear to everybody equal, but I start seeing the Asian fan base go up hella more
Right.
as time went on.
They're just loyal.
Yeah,
Is it the Filipino fans, or is it just Asian people in general kind of fuck with
I
you?
feel like it's just Asian in general.
Really?
Like even with Filipino, I feel like there's no Filipino artist or like rapper who's like rap about this shit or come from like what I'm doing. You feel me? But make the type of music I'm making. You
Are
feel
there
me?
a lot of Filipino people in Stockton?
Yeah, Stockton's hella diverse.
Really?
Filipinos, Cambodians, Mexicans, whites, blacks, like it's everything. Indians,
Right.
type of shit.
On average, though, in Stockton, is it people beefing with their own race, or is it the people beefing with other races?
It's both.
Really?
Yeah, because it's really like it's really about neighborhoods. I guess you could say like or cliques, like whatever, like. And then Asians beef with Asians, blacks beef with blacks, but depending on whatever you from, whatever it may be, that shit don't even matter. It's just, oh, you from there? It's whatever. You know what I
Right.
mean?
But I mean, Stockton's like kind of a new rap scene, right? So it's not like, do you feel like there was anybody who really kind of took you under their wing and helped show you the game, or were you kind of just forced to figure everything out yourself?
I ain't gonna lie. I figured everything out myself, to be honest. Like there's people that helped me a little bit with just as far as like the recording process and stuff like that. But as far as all the other stuff, like that was really all me.
Really?
I feel like yeah.
Yeah. Are there people more like vultures, whereas like people trying to sign you to crazy management deals and all that kind of shit? Do you ever run into any of that?
I know. See, I like all the management shit. Like I figured that all that shit out later. I didn't know nothing about that shit.
Mhm.
Like I was touching like a couple million views here and there for like 2 years, and I'm like, damn, I'm trying to figure out like why my shit ain't going nowhere. Like I feel like I'm getting millions of views. Like you feel me? And I'm like I'm not getting no other shit other than that. I'm like, what the fuck I gotta do? But one of my close friends, he told me you gotta get a manager. So he just gave me links to managers and shit. I just tapped in a few, and then like bro was the first one to hit me back.
And so then, did that actually help your situation a lot?
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure.
Wow, what kind of stuff they start bringing to the table that you wouldn't have known about otherwise?
Like everything, I learned hella shit. Like all the agreement shits, the lawyer shit. Like I didn't know there was a deeper layer into that in music. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I always knew, but like really to like see it yourself firsthand. I'm like, damn, this shit's like it's business for real. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But for somebody like you, are you making most of your money from what, just streaming, or is it shows, or are the shows a big part of it, or what do you make most of your money from?
Streaming right now, but when I do have shows though, that's a big bag too.
That's dope. But where do you tour? Mostly just in California, or have you played outside the state as well?
I did a couple out of state. Majority though, California. I just came back from a show in Canada. I did 2 in Canada, matter of fact.
Really?
Yeah, and I almost sold out the first one, and the second one was sold out.
Wow. And so what was that like being there for the first time?
That shit was wild. I didn't expect that.
Really?
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Anything really stand out to you though? You had to get your money changed over for the first time?
Yeah.
Or do you just use your credit card these days?
Yeah, I got cards. Sure, I don't. To be honest, I don't even keep cash on me no more.
But you had to get so you didn't even have cash when you went overseas though?
Nuh-uh. I'm scared to carry cash
See,
now.
the world has changed. You don't like carrying
Scared.
cash? Just why?
Hell
Just
nah,
because the streets are
because-
too crazy?
Nah, cause it's just experiences with like getting pulled over and like there was an incident I had. It was like it wasn't nothing serious. It was like $2,000 or something, and like police took it. And I mean, at that time, that was a lot to me. You get what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I ain't really have nothing else, so they took that. She had me sick.
Damn.
And then like every time I do get pulled over, they be fucking with me. So like just from that point, I was like, all right, there's no point for me to carry cash. You feel me?
Right.
Like ever since I don't carry cash at all. I feel like there's no point for it. You feel me? I got cards.
Yeah, no, that's the same thing with me, except then I go to a restaurant and I got to pay the valet and I just got a fucking credit card in my pocket and I don't have any
well, you
cash and
gotta
I
do
feel like
Cash App or something.
I feel like a
Zelle.
fucking asshole. No, I'm pretty sure if you ask them that they will do that, but
Nah, yeah, no, you're right. I be feeling like that too.
yeah, for sure.
Tip.
But my
know?
girl always has like, $100, $200 in her purse. So,
Yeah.
so then she always ends up paying for it.
And all that.
I probably saved a ton of money by not having cash on me, honestly.
Go out to eat, have my girl leave the tip. Leave the cash tip.
That's smart. Okay, but in terms of your whole come up, do you feel like beefing has played a role in your come up, or do you feel like it's been mostly musical? Has there been times where you getting into it with people has sort of been like a thing that the fans latch on to?
I feel like not, because I don't really be dissing and shit in my music.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? I try to like stay away from that. Like I don't like having spotlight on no other. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I just try to just focus on. Like I could get clout and I could make good music without having to mention. You get what I'm saying? Like other people and shit. So I try to stay away from that. I try to just be more organic with it. Other than that, like, when motherfuckers make a diss song and it be somebody who's not popping or nobody that nobody care about, somebody make a diss song, they get their couple thousand, a million views off that. It went viral a little bit, but it's like
Right.
people don't care for you other than just they want to hear another diss off you. You get what I'm saying?
Right. But I mean, all right. So the other day, my boy T-Rail interviewed Bounce Back Meek, and then I was looking at some of his stuff, and I noticed that he had an interview clip up that said that you dissed him at some point, and he was reacting to it or whatever. What's that situation?
Oh, I don't know diss. I don't do no diss.
He took something out of context or what?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah, he just took some out of context. I don't diss.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know how forthcoming I believe that you're being, but
Huh?
I don't know if you're being honest with me, but
No, I'm being honest.
okay, for sure. Okay, but how did how the Stupid Young relationship come about?
He's one of the first few like bigger artists that tapped in like years ago. I think it was like 2017 or some shit, 18 or something. He had tapped in and wanted to do a song, and then he already knew folks that I knew in Stockton, so it all just panned out like perfectly. You feel me?
Right.
We linked up, shot the video, we just connected from there.
Right. You still haven't been to Long Beach?
Yeah, I've been to Long Beach a couple times.
Oh, really? You tapped in with them while you were out there?
Yeah, no, that's brother for sure.
What was that experience like?
It's cool. That shit, it's different for sure.
Right.
But like shit, when I went out there, I was showing hella love.
They're right there on the beach.
Yeah, that shit different.
I don't know if Stupid Young and them are going to the beach too much though.
For sure.
I don't know. They might be. But
If we had a beach, I'm to the beach.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't go to the beach much where you're at? How far is it from
The
Stockton?
closest beach would probably be like 2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah, it's kind of rough.
Even almost 3 hours.
Right. Definitely. You still stay in Stockton, or do you get out of there at some point?
I'm out of there.
Okay.
I got two spots. I got a spot in Stockton and then a spot somewhere else.
Right.
But
You just felt like, did you want to get out of there just because you wanted to avoid beefing and shit, or do you want to get out of there because the cops are kind of on you?
it was a little bit of both. Like after the little indictment shit, I was like cool off that. Like I didn't want no shit under my name or that. So
Right.
but I got two spots though.
Wait, what'd you get indicted for?
It was like a big ass gang sweep. So they just hit at everybody. Everybody's phones was tapped, and they just had like a big ass investigation going. It was all type of shit. But
Your
when
phone was tapped?
yeah, my phone was tapped for like 6 months, and everybody else, like everybody on there, phones was tapped and everything.
Really?
And that wasn't even the first time. My phone been tapped a couple times.
Wow. And so they just arrest everybody, and then how does it go from there?
They hit your house, and then what they do is they hope to find something or pull you over or whatever. See, luckily they ain't find shit at the house, like, cause I'm not stupid. I don't, you get what I'm saying? But they found a little like just pills, like little pills. That's it.
And they tried to give you a case for the pills or what?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, okay.
So that shit was easy.
But did a bunch of people get locked up in that?
Yeah, hella people got locked up just because they found I don't know what they found, whatever they found with the guns or from whoever else. But
Stockton's getting like tough on crime at this point, right? Because I've seen some shit on the news of just them talking about like little kids getting shot and shit like that, and how they're really getting serious about cracking down on crime.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be up. It's gonna be a big indictment coming, I feel.
Really?
Yeah, but you feel me?
Right. Better just keep your nose clean. You didn't go. Did you like come to LA when you were growing up and shit?
Nuh-uh.
It's just too far away.
Yeah, but I'm so used to this drive now.
Right.
I like I was just out here the other day by myself. I drove to LA, drove back the same day, and I do that shit regular now. Just driving out here and shit.
Just to link with people, or what are you doing out here for the most part?
Yeah, link, music videos, studios, and shit like that.
Right.
Networking, really.
But when you talk to people who don't understand California, do they think that you're basically like from LA?
Yeah.
Is that kind of weird?
If not LA, they'll think I'm from like SF or something. I'm like, nah, it's hella different.
Yeah, it's a complicated landscape for people to understand because it's such a gigantic fucking state.
Yeah, like people think Cali, they just automatically think just LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, for sure. So in terms of the music and everything, I feel like you've kind of gone through like a stylistic overhaul over the years. Like you kind of came in rapping in a little bit more of like a simple manner, I guess, and then like over time you've like started fucking with your style more and added more melody and just sort of switching shit up. Like where did that kind of desire come from?
Just other music and shit, and then like the influence of other music. My pops, he like he was like part of like a fake way band thing, like bro, like he's super Filipino, like he's an old ass Filipino dude who's into like that shit. So when I'm at the house, he just playing his music loud as fuck in the garage, like playing with the little DJ shit. Like he'll listen to like Bon Jovi and Journey and shit like that.
Right.
So like growing up, I had like a big ass palette of music. I was just listening to everything. But as far as me starting like trying to do different shit, bro, I just look at this rap shit, bro. Like it's really working out for me. You feel me?
Right.
Like why should I box myself just to do one thing when the whole point of it is to elevate? You feel me? Make more money and just, you get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, because I mean, there's a lot of people who are out here, you know, doing 1 million views off of like doing some street shit, diss song type shit.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like an easy way out where it's like you can get some views in the short term and get people talking about you, but ultimately like a label's not going to sign you just because you did a great job of making fun of your fucking enemies on a song or whatever.
And
it's like,
and if police really on you, you're not gonna want to do that.
Exactly.
They're gonna fuck with you
because you're gonna be very, you know, especially if you start getting arrested, you start having high profile beef. You're not gonna be able to talk about that shit anymore. So it's like kind of a bad thing to base a career around. But a lot of those rappers feel like they're stuck in a box where they can't rap about anything else because their fans won't listen to it. Were you ever nervous about like shit? Maybe they're not gonna appreciate me being a little bit more sentimental or melodic on songs.
A little bit, but I seen how good like the melodic and more sentimental shit did. I feel like I get more love off that than my regular rapping shit. So that's why I feel like I kind of gravitate doing that more.
Right.
And I'm like, see, I'm the type of dude. I'm like, I really don't be caring about like opinions or trying to be extra out hard. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I really just want to express the creativity and, you know, see how far I can take it with the shit. Because at the end of the day, like I ain't like do this rapping shit and take on the shit like to make friends or be accepted. You get what I'm saying? Like I feel like a lot of rappers be doing the shit to be locked in with certain people or
right.
You feel me? Just to fit in or like you feel me? Like lock in with people, make all these friends and be like you feel me? Y'all look cool in the videos. Like bro, I don't care about none of that shit. Like
you're trying to get to it.
Like I just want to do this, make this bag. At the end of the day, that's really all it's about. Like I do this shit to make friends and shit.
Right. Who do they tell you sound like? The fans.
Like who I sound like?
Yeah.
They be saying outrageous shit. They be saying like Polo G.
Well, yeah, but you don't think you sound a little bit like him?
I don't think so. I mean, probably like the melodizing.
Right.
But
I feel like he's like a street rapper from Chicago that easily could have gone in the direction of making drill music, and you still do hear him on some songs where he'll pretty much be just straight rapping, but he figured out at a certain point like that he would have a different type of career if you inserted some melody in. So I guess I can see why people do make that comparison because you guys both kind of did have a similar trajectory, I guess.
Yeah, that's what the comments I'll be seeing. But like see, you see the fans love that finer things and shit like that, that melodizing shit, that pain shit.
Right.
Like, that's how I see it. Like fans love that shit.
Yeah, definitely. Do you notice more girls being into your shit as a result as well?
Yeah, like I've been just trying to like branch out and do like different type of shit. Like the last song I just dropped, As You Should. Like I've been trying to do like all type of different shit.
Right.
Get different fan bases, just broaden that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't want to like box myself.
Do you still feel like going back to the street type stuff as well, or is that kind of something?
I just bounce back and forth. I'll do like a, you know, like a pop sounding song, do like a little lyrical song, come back to a street little song or whatever, do another little melody song,
Right.
come back to a pain song. Like I'm really just trying to like, I'm not trying to limit myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I really want to take it a step further. You get what I'm saying?
For sure. When did you actually decide to sign, or what was that like?
What with Empire?
Yeah.
I think the first deal I got with it was like 2018. I think.
Oh, okay. So you signed that early. All right.
Yeah, early on. This was before I even had a manager.
Okay.
None of that. It was my partner Monk. He helped me put that together. But I had but really though I had no manager, so I was doing all that shit by myself. No promotion, nothing.
Right.
I just and then I'm signed to them, and every single beat on there was YouTube beats. They didn't own it, nothing.
Really?
All type of crazy. That was my first project.
So how do you get all those beats cleared if they're YouTube beats?
I don't know, to be
I have no
honest. Like
idea.
I had no guidance doing this shit. Like I had no idea what I was doing. I'm just, you feel me, just going with it, downloading beats, record off that.
But has the Empire thing, you think it's been good for you overall to help take your career to the next level?
Yeah, definitely. Just cause of my creative freedom. I get basically do what I want. Just fun in here. You know what I'm saying? Just try to wiggle my path myself. You get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But I feel like, cause I see all these other like artists complain about labels, but it's like I get it, but it's just creative freedom. Like you really are independent for real.
Right. You got any artists under you that you're trying to push, or are you mostly just focused on your own career?
Like on the team, like.
Yeah, like could you imagine yourself sort of having a bunch of artists signed to you, or as part of a
that's what I'm trying to work on right now. Cause I got a couple of homies who rap and shit. So, like, even if it's not like no serious label shit, at least put him in a little bit of position to get more eyes on him. You get what I'm saying?
Right. No, for sure.
That's
makes
my
sense.
goal for real. Get everybody in position.
So I saw this video of you getting in a crazy ass fight at the mall back in the day.
Oh yeah.
What was exactly going on in that? And is that the type of stuff that I could expect to encounter if I were to go to Stockton?
I mean, you'll counter that if you somebody who's a part of you shit, like, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Or if you affiliated with certain things. But that was just on some, you feel me, fluky shit.
Right.
Like folks just started gangbanging on each other, words exchanged, that was it.
Right. Is that the kind of situation that you're avoiding entirely these days, like in terms of going to the mall and just getting into a brawl? Or is it still a possibility?
It's still a possibility.
Right.
But you feel me?
But what's
What's
that like though, like to be so far into your career and to still have people like feel like that's their sort of ace up their sleeve when they get into a beef with you or whatever, to be like, oh, check out this video from, because it's like a long ass time ago, right?
Long ass time ago. That shit was like, I was like a senior in high school or some shit. I don't even like a junior. I don't even remember, to be honest, but that was a long ass time ago.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is kind of weird because it's like, feels like with a lot of the street stuff, it's like it doesn't matter if it happened when you were fucking 12. People are just gonna hold it against you forever.
Like, boy, we move. Like, knock it off.
Right. So you're not too worried about that? You don't think that really moves the fans too much or anything?
I ain't worried about that. What was I worried about, y'all? Like, as far as the video was, it was like a couple dudes and like 2 of us, 3 of us.
Right. Definitely. What's as long as we're on the topic though, I saw a whole little saga go down between you and a YouTube channel where they basically like put out a video saying like, we have insider information that you got robbed or whatever, and then you actually
studio
you like dropped an Instagram comment or a tweet or some shit that was basically like, nah, that didn't happen. And then this guy makes another video right away to just be like,
cap.
hey, he acknowledged me.
No studio. That's all cap.
It was all totally fucking made up.
Made up. Yeah. Studio. They can't even say what studio I was in. Like,
right.
clout chasing shit.
Damn, what's that like to be a target of YouTubers just fucking adding these narratives to your life?
It is what it is. I'm used to that.
It's like a weird feeling though, watching little documentaries about yourself ever.
No, for sure weird. Especially the little gang vlog shit.
Right.
Like y'all doing a police job, y'all doing all type of shit.
Right.
That shit's crazy.
No, yeah, we had a lawyer on here, Mo Gangat, and he told us that for sure the cops watch all that shit.
For sure.
And it helps them put shit together.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
When I after that little or not even the indictment, when I got that little gun charge before the indictment, I'm in court. The DA's playing my music video. This is why I be so scared about like saying certain things in songs or on Instagram, because I'm in court. The DA's pulling up my music videos and. You know what I'm saying? Just all type of shit like that. Or like after indictment, we looking at the discovery packet. It's nothing but screenshots from Instagram, Facebook, like conversations on comments, like shit you don't even expect.
Wow.
I'm like, yeah, I'm scared to do all that. I ain't doing none of that. All that texting shit or like, yeah, fuck all that. I'm not mentioning nothing on Instagram, YouTube. Like they really sat there, pulled up videos. Oh, you said this, boop, 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 or like, who's this in this video? They screenshot it, stop it. Like, oh, this is such and such in this video. It's like, oh, yeah, that's scary. I'm not.
All I can say is for the new generation of kids, hopefully that they're able to look at something like the YSL Rico.
Yeah, they don't get it. They don't get it till it happened to them.
Right. Hopefully they're able to look at that and be like, oh, okay, I need to either like not get into the streets or be extremely careful with how I move. Because when you see that shit, I mean, that just made me really like comb through my brain and just think like, damn, did I ever like text anybody about anything shady? Because this shit is fucking crazy how if they're motivated, they could put together whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't even be able to find my own texts from like 5 years ago if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And somehow they're able to find group chat combos with Young Thug from 2015.
You don't even have to be the one to say something. It could be your friend saying some stupid ass shit, and now you're just in the mix of that. It's stupid. Like, and motherfuckers don't get that shit till that shit happens to them.
Right.
So all that internet shit and back and forth shit, like I'm cool off that. Like, what motherfuckers finna do if they go to jail, ain't got no bail money? You get what I'm saying? Like what y'all gotta do? Like, you with me?
Right. But then the fans at this point too, it's some crazy shit. Like the fans really feel like they get to have like input into how the street shit should go. And I realized that when I seen videos of like a little white kid saying, "Oh, we don't fuck with Lil Durk because he didn't slide for Vaughn."
And you see that all the time, and it's like, yeah, this rapping shit, you gotta have thick skin doing this shit for sure. If you can't let no little shit like that get to you.
You gotta be able to read the comments.
Be little suburban kids.
Yeah.
And instigating, like they want somebody to die.
Really? You feel like that's even on a Stockton level that you see that shit as well?
Yeah, for sure. Y'all from out of town, little nerd kids, like y'all instigating hella shit. Y'all want somebody to really get killed over this shit. Y'all safe at home on YouTube.
Right.
Like, you feel me? It's real shit going on. Y'all just entertained by this shit.
Definitely.
But like I said, you gotta have thick skin. I ain't worried about none of that shit.
So, recently, a week or two ago, young Slowby lost his life in Stockton. But as just like a music fan and somebody who's seeing everything coming out of there, like what do you think the effect of that is gonna be on the city? Is that's gonna fuck a lot of fans up and shit?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he has shit going. Yeah, he has shit going out in the city.
Right.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Feel me?
Because you guys had some issues at a certain point.
No, I had no issue. We had no issues.
Okay.
You feel me?
But
he was doing this shit.
Wasn't somebody that you were close with or anything?
You said what?
He wasn't somebody that you were close with or anything?
Nah, we weren't close. But you feel me? Like, I really know him like that.
Right.
Feel me? We did some shit in the past, like some music shit.
Okay.
But
it's pretty crazy though, just like seeing
Stockton crazy. There's all type of shit going on in Stockton. It's crazy.
Right. Because when you look at like, you know, there's like so many fucking rappers from up north that like the biggest rappers from certain areas. I feel like the Brisk thing like fucked a lot of fans up in the head as well.
Yeah. It's all type of shit. But like I said, it's just you gotta know how to maneuver.
Right. Definitely. Okay, so how oh, there's one question I want to ask you is you ever seen the Diaz brothers around Stockton?
I seen Nate or nah. Or I get mixed up between the two. Which one's the main one? The smaller one.
I think the smaller one's Nick, but I forget because they're both like fucking badasses and they're both like relatively similar size, I think.
Yeah, I only seen one of the brothers though. I used to see him at the little casino.
Right.
The little casinos are out there in Stockton and Lodi and shit like that. The outskirts and shit.
I mean, it's pretty funny though that like I feel like that actually helps Stockton's reputation in terms of people thinking it's a crazy ass place because of all the UFC fighters I ever seen, they're definitely two of the fucking craziest in the sense of like getting into fights after fights, you know, getting into fights like in the fucking locker room or wherever. They've gotten into fights like outside the ring afterwards, or even something about like when you see them like winning the fight and they're still just they got this Stockton ass attitude, just looking around, still just like feeling like something might still pop off even though you're in the middle of this fucking octagon.
Like that's just good show other motherfuckers who don't know about it. Like
definitely
crazy.
Feels like that probably has like helped a lot of people think that Stockton's an intimidating place.
Yeah.
You were never into martial arts though?
Huh?
You never into martial arts?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I want to though.
Right.
I want to get into that shit.
That's how I used to feel too, and then I did it for like a year, and then I just gave up because it's a lot of work. Jiu-jitsu, dude, that shit drains
I want to,
you.
though. I want to get my mind, body right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Learn new skills.
Yeah. What's your lifestyle like these days in terms of what you spend most of your time on and what's important to you?
My daughter for sure, family and shit. Growing up for real, like I don't really have a super close relationship with my family and shit. Cause I feel like I was like the black sheep out there.
You sort of separated yourself.
Yeah, like you feel me, just the shit I was getting into. So, but after this little rapping shit came up, you feel me, I just kind of broke out that little shell, trying to get closer and shit. So like I really just been trying to catch up with family, my daughter and shit.
Right. You got any hobbies outside of music?
I've been trying to get into the little outdoor shit. To be honest, I ain't even gonna lie to you. That's that Filipino in me.
What do you be doing outside?
I ain't gonna lie, my pops they was into like shit like fishing and camping and shit. So like I never did no camping shit or no like shit like that until like later after like I was able to move, or like once I started having a little money, that's when I started delving in trying to do different shit.
Right.
So like all that type of shit's cool.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like that's when I'm even this
It's
week.
different.
It's kind of like I grinded pretty hard all week doing interviews and shit, and then tomorrow I just know that I'm going to the fucking beach with my kid, and it just feels like it's like straight vacation time. Like that's how I'm gonna reward myself, is just basically getting to just be outside in the sun with my fucking girl and my kid.
Sure.
You know,
should be crazy. So I feel like just taking that time out with your family, your kids and shit like is valuable for sure.
You gotta let yourself slow down like that, because I got friends who are straight hustlers, bro, who honestly like I don't think they really ever slow down like that they don't ever really take time off, and ultimately it's like, man, I think that's all bad. Like you gotta
fast
chill
lifestyle
out.
but
Definitely. Okay, so what do the people at home need to keep an eye out for? Anything that you got dropping that you're excited about?
Like music wise?
Yeah, or anything else?
Next week I don't know when this video finna drop, but I just been dropping singles, but I got an EP coming. It's called Starting in the South. So I'm dropping that. I got a tour coming up in October, and it's gonna be an international tour.
Oh wow!
Like it's not just gonna be states. Like it's gonna be my first time like performing like out of country. Well, not my first time because I performed in Canada, but
right.
Really taking it other places. Like we're trying to get to Australia and shit like that. Like
so you be looking at the YouTube analytics and you can see that people fuck with the shit.
Analytics and shit like that.
So you got a fan base out there.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy because I think right now top 5 on my streaming is Australia's on there 3 times. Top 5. Stockton not even on top 10.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is crazy, because probably a lot of people might assume that somebody like you has primarily a California fan base. So that's actually really interesting.
I think recently, I think number 1 was LA, which was surprising to me. Number 2 was like Melbourne or some random ass shit like that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing, for sure.
And Stockton was like number 15 or some shit, 18.
Yeah.
But
Interesting. Well, Stockton has to start doing their part, but I guess it's a small population that they're dealing with, so it's not as.
it's like a, for the size, it's a big population, I guess.
Oh,
you could
really?
say.
Okay.
But like I said, that's what I said. It's small to where like you finna run into somebody you in with it too, or you know what I'm saying. You in with it with people that you grew up with or went to school with. So
Next time I'm driving up to the Bay, I'm gonna go out of my way to stop in Stockton and
you haven't been there yet.
grab a burger or something. I mean, I've like driven by, I've seen the signs on the highway, but I never had the gall to get off.
Gotta pop out, pop out with me.
Oh man, but I love that. Whenever you're driving up north and you just pull over to get some shit, and I'll always like, I was in San Bernardino and I was just like filming like some, cause they have like the oldest McDonald's in the fucking world or some shit, and I'm filming it, and oh my god, my DMs just filled with people are like, "You're in San Bernardino, what the fuck?" I'm like,
Try that old ass McDonald's.
nah, but it's like a museum. Like you can't even order
Oh, you
anything
can't?
now.
That's
But-
the one with that big ass M and the little statue, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but so that made me realize like I got to be careful. I can't post it when I'm actually stopping
Yeah.
by.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
I heard you nigga that a couple times almost got shot and shit at the last studio. That's why y'all left. Just all type
Well,
of shit went on.
Well, okay, at the old store on Melrose, a fucking dude ran in with a BB gun. Basically, like I don't know what kind of stunt
You
he
ain't
thought he
even
was
know him?
pulling.
It was just a random ass shit.
Random ass fan. Like I went and looked. He tried to DM me like a million times, and then at the last spot, a YouTuber did show up with a gun, but I mean, it's not like he really tried to do anything with it.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. He said he had a gun. We have no idea if he had a gun. But now we got a guy who's hired to be here with a gun, so
Yeah.
we probably should have had that all along.
For surely. For surely. That's crazy.
Hey, man. Rappers aren't the only ones who get into the bullshit out here. Although, to be honest, I feel like...
So how do you feel about that? Feeling like you in danger?
Do
you feel like you be in danger?
I feel like I earned it. You know? Like, I put in enough work that people could even feel that strongly about me, so I got to just take the negative with the positive, you know?
Yeah.
And also, to be honest, I mean, I move around super fucking regular, so it's different when we're here. But 99% of my time, I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm ready to blam a motherfucker down.
For sure.
All right. MBNel, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Let's go. No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Patreon, Instagram, etc. Like, comment, and subscribe. NoJumper.com if you want to support. And
Follow my Instagram, follow my YouTube, subscribe to that.
that way, check his shit out. Appreciate y'all.